The sky had deepened into shades of amber and violet by the time they reached the quieter path beyond the hill. The village noise faded behind them, replaced by the soft hush of wind through tall grass. Sophia slowed her steps, though she didn't let go of his hand. If anything, her grip tightened, just slightly, as if she didn't trust herself to let go. "You're quieter now," Fred said, glancing at her. Sophia smiled faintly, eyes forward. "Am I?" "You are." He tilted his head, studying her. "That usually means you're thinking something dangerous." She let out a soft laugh. "Dangerous for who?" Fred stepped a little closer as they walked, their shoulders brushing. "I guess I'm about to find out." Sophia finally looked at him, and there it was again, that look. Playful, curious, and just bold enough to make his pulse shift. "You said earlier," she began slowly, "that waiting isn't your style." "I did. And yet," she added, her voice dropping just a little, "you're being very patient right now." Fred's jaw tightened slightly, though a smile tugged at his lips. "Maybe I'm enjoying the anticipation." Sophia stopped walking, so suddenly that Fred took one more step before realizing she wasn't beside him anymore. When he turned, she was already facing him, closer than before, much closer. "And if I said I wasn't?" she asked softly. There was no teasing in her voice now, just something warmer, something heavier. Fred stepped back toward her, closing the space again, but slower this time, measured, intentional. "Then I'd say," he murmured, his voice low, "you should probably stop me." Sophia's lips parted slightly, but she didn't move. Not back, not away. Instead, her hand slid from his into the front of his shirt again, fingers curling lightly, testing. "You talk like you're in control," she whispered. Fred leaned closer, just enough that his breath brushed against her cheek. "Am I not?" Sophia tilted her head, her lips barely an inch from his. "Not as much as you think." This time, when Fred kissed her, there was no hesitation, no careful testing, just certainty. His hand found her waist again, but firmer now, pulling her into him as if he had already decided he wasn't letting go anytime soon. Sophia responded instantly, not surprised, not shy. Her fingers tightened against his shirt as she leaned into him, matching his energy with a quiet confidence that made the moment feel even more dangerous, more real. The breeze picked up around them, lifting her hair between them, but neither of them pulled away. If anything, they moved closer, like gravity had changed, like something between them had shifted permanently. Fred broke the kiss first this time, but only just. His forehead rested lightly against hers, both of them breathing just a little heavier. "You're not making this easy," he murmured. Sophia smiled, though her eyes hadn't softened. "Was I supposed to?" His hand moved slightly at her waist, subtle, but enough to make her inhale a little sharper. "That depends," he said. "On what?" "On whether you're trying to test me." Her fingers traced slowly from his collar down the front of his chest, not bold, not rushed, just enough to make the air between them tighten again. "Maybe I am." Fred exhaled softly, his control slipping just enough to show. "And what happens if you win?" Sophia leaned in, her lips brushing just near his, not quite touching. "I don't think this is something you win, Fred." Her voice dropped to almost a whisper. "I think this is something you give into." There was a pause, a dangerous one, because this time neither of them pretended to hold back. Fred let out a quiet breath, almost a laugh, but not quite. "You really are trouble." Sophia smiled slowly. "And you still haven't stepped away. Do you want me to?" The question lingered between them, heavy, charged. Sophia didn't answer right away. Instead, she took a small step backward, not far, just enough to break the contact, just enough to make him feel it. And then she turned. walking ahead again, but slower this time, deliberate, like she knew he would follow. And he did. Of course he did. Within seconds, he was beside her again, then closer, then close enough that their hands brushed once more. But this time, instead of immediately intertwining, they lingered, teasing, testing, until finally, Sofia slipped her fingers into his again. "And here I thought you didn't like waiting," she said lightly. Fred smirked, glancing down at her. "I don't." "Then what are you doing?" He leaned slightly closer as they walked, his voice low again. "Enjoying the part right before things get worse." Sofia raised a brow. "Worse?" "For me," he added. "Or better," she corrected, her smile returning. Fred chuckled softly. "You're definitely enjoying this more than I am." Sofia stopped again, but this time she didn't turn right away. "You're wrong," she said quietly. Then she looked at him, eyes softer now, but no less intense. "I'm just not hiding it." For a moment, neither of them spoke, the world around them dimming into twilight, the path ahead quiet, still, and full of promise. Fred reached for her hand again, not teasing this time, not hesitant, just certain. And Sofia didn't resist. She never had. As they continued down the path together, closer than before, quieter than before, it was clear now. This wasn't just something playful anymore. It was something they were both already falling into, and neither of them had any intention of stopping.